Well, we are continuing to watch our first potentially significant snowfall of the season for a lot of us here in Western Mass. Of course, the hill towns have seen some snow, but here in the valley, we really haven't picked up anything so far this season. Now, there are winter storm warnings in effect for all of Western Mass going into effect tonight at 4 p.m. and lasting throughout the day on Sunday. And as we widen our view out a little bit more, we can see that there are winter storm warnings in effect all the way stretched up to southern Maine, as well as into portions of southern Vermont, New Hampshire, into New York State and down the Appalachians. There's also winter weather advisories in effect for the shorelines of Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. But that's primarily due to the fact that they're going to be dealing with a little bit of some mixing going back and forth between rain and snow, whereas here in Western Mass, we're just going to be dealing with all snow, hence the winter storm warning. Now, of course, what determines if we're going to see all snow or rain snow mix all depends on the track of the area of low pressure. Now, if the low pressure takes a more northern track where it passes right over the Cape and the islands, the heaviest of the snow sets up pretty much right over Western Mass, whereas if the low pressure system has a little bit of a more southern track, then the heaviest of the snow sets up a little bit further to our south. But here with this system that we're expecting tonight and into tomorrow, it looks like it's going to take that more northern track where the heaviest of the snow sets up pretty much right over Western Mass, where the shoreline deals with a little bit of some of that mixing. So we have gone ahead and declared a first alert weather day for going into tonight and throughout the day on Sunday. Now, we put that at a moderate impact level primarily just because it's a weekend and it's happening overnight in Saturday night going into Sunday, so the impact to travel is going to be very minimal. There's not really any morning rushes in the weekend morning, as well as schools or anything like that. So the moderate impact level is at that just because of that primarily. Now, the timing is going to be around 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight where the snow begins. We could see a few flurries before that, around 5 to 7 p.m., but the steadier stuff starts at about 7 p.m. It'll last through the overnight and end as we head into Sunday afternoon and evening, but the bulk of the accumulation that we're going to be seeing is going to be happening overnight tonight. So we'll see snow showers on Sunday, but a lot of the heaviest of the snow will be falling overnight tonight. And the good news is it's all snow, and we're not going to be dealing with a heavier wet snow. It'll be a lighter, fluffier snow in nature, so it'll be easier for the plows to get it off the roads and for driveways to be shoveled and things like that. Now, on our storm timeline, right now, of course, we're not there quite yet, but we're going to start to see some lighter snow showers beginning after 7 p.m. and up to about midnight. And it looks like the worst of the snowfall will be coming down overnight between about midnight and 7 a.m. Then as we're waking up tomorrow morning, the snow showers become a little bit lighter in nature with additional accumulations ranging between about 1 inch to 2. But the bulk of what we're going to be seeing is going to be happening overnight tonight. Taking you through the rest of the day today, we're going to continue to see building cloud cover with temperatures getting up into the middle 30s. Then we'll start to see those snow showers beginning anywhere between about 7 to 10 p.m., the steadier snow that is, and that will continue through the overnight hours. Now, I do think that the temperatures are going to be a little bit higher. The numbers on the map are higher than what they're going to actually be seeing. I do expect the temperatures tonight to be getting into the upper 20s to around 30 degrees, so we'll be below freezing across Western Mass. We'll be dealing with all snow throughout the overnight hours, and then as we're waking up tomorrow morning, again, the showers become a little bit more scattered in nature, so we'll be looking at some lighter snow showers throughout the day on Sunday before they end up tapering off by the time we head towards Sunday afternoon and into the evening, giving way to cloudy skies heading into Sunday night. Now, the good news is we look to dry things out for your day on Monday with a good blend of sun and clouds. As we take a look at our satellite and radar, we can see that we have this area of low pressure down to our south. This is what we've been watching pretty much all week long, and this is going to take a track off the coast and pass off to our south. So as we look at our futurecast, a little bit of a wider view, you can see as this area of low pressure passes to the south, we'll continue to see snow showers beginning across Western Mass. That rain snow line just off to the south of Connecticut, and that is going to be kind of teetering back and forth between rain and snow along the Connecticut shoreline of Rhode Island and on the Cape. Whereas here in Western Mass, the cold air is locked in place, and we are going to be dealing with pretty much just all snow with those winds coming in out of the northeast, a classic nor'easter setup. Then as this area of low pressure moves offshore, we'll continue to see lighter snow showers heading into the second half of the day on Sunday before we dry things out for your day on Monday. So in terms of the snowfall amounts, we're going to be looking at anywhere between about 4 to 8 inches here in the lower valley from Greater Springfield up towards Holyoke, right along the Connecticut River Valley. I do think that 6 inches is pretty much a guarantee for all of us, but 4 inches on the low end and 8 inches on the high end for the lower valley. But then as soon as you get in the elevation, heading up towards I-91 towards Northampton, Greenfield, along Route 2, and then into the Berkshires, we could be looking at about 8 to 12 inches of snow. And then some of the highest elevations isolated on the eastern slopes of the Berkshires, we could even see more than a foot of snow. So it's going to be quite a significant snow event for all of us here in Western Mass. And then as we widen our view out a little bit more, of course, the snow totals will decrease as we get closer to the shoreline, as they're going to be kind of switching back and forth between that rain and snow. So this is what we know so far. We're going to be looking at snow tapering off by Sunday afternoon. We'll be on tap for a cold and brisk Sunday going into Monday. And then our attention turns to our next storm system, which is going to be coming in on Tuesday night and into Wednesday. This is going to be a much different storm system, as we're going to be dealing with wintry mix and snow kind of starting at first on Tuesday night, but then it will quickly change over to rain as this area of low pressure takes a much more westerly track. We're going to be on the warm side of the system, and we could be dealing with some potentially heavy rain, mild temperatures getting up to around 50 degrees. So with that, we could be looking at the potential for some flooding due to that rain, as well as melting snowpack. And we are going to be dealing with some gusty winds as well. Then we dry things out for Thursday and Friday, and then our unsettled weather pattern looks to continue potentially into next weekend. That's Check Your Forecast. Have a great day, everyone.